I'm Star and I'm Lunita Loca. The name came to me after I was stung by a scorpion in spring this year on a new moon, and since I got that medicine I have been able to put myself out there creatively, and I'm so busy and I'm doing what I love, and I'd love for you to see what I've been up to, so here we go. My name's Star, aka Lunita Loca, and I'm an artist living in southern Spain with my family on a small olive farm in a little place called Orchiva, a really cool alternative town. We moved here around 6 years ago. I'm originally from Bristol in England. I grew up in the southwest of England, in the middle of nowhere really, in a beautiful little village, and I was surrounded by nature and huge skies. You know, I was really connected to the seasons and the woodland there, and I spent a lot of time outside as a child growing up, so that really influenced me. And then moving to a big city in England. Living in the city, although I found it quite claustrophobic at times, I found it a huge source of inspiration. In Bristol there was a big street art scene, Banksy being one of the most famous artists of that genre, and yeah, I just remember walking to my call centre job every day and just being really inspired by the amazing street art, some of it really simplistic, some of it really thought-provoking, some of it really beautiful, some of it really obscure, and it just really coloured the city. It was just made it really beautiful and uplifted my spirits all the time, so I found that deeply inspiring. A year and a half ago I got burnout and I had to just go to bed for a couple of months, and I went to some really dark places. I was also perimenopausal and I just needed to make a lot of life changes. It was during this time a local photographer contacted me and asked if I wanted to go on a course she was running, a 10-week course for perimenopausal women, and it was really to explore your inner world and express that through creativity, through learning to love yourself, to go to those dark places, to write, to journal, to photograph, to film, and to not give yourself a hard time if you can't do any of those things, and to really nurture how you're feeling, and to honor the way that you are in this moment, and not put too much pressure on yourself, and just to enjoy the creative process. So I was transformed really after that. It was an amazing course, and through that I was really able to tap into my deepest feelings and my journey, and to really not shy away from expressing that, and not try and always be creating stuff that's happy and light-hearted, and actually, you know, it's those jewels that lie deep within that need to come out and need to be shown. I'd say a huge turning point in my process as an artist was when I was stung by a scorpion last summer. I'd come to a lot of creative blocks at that point, and I was very insecure with where I was going as an artist. I didn't really know how to put myself out there. I didn't have the confidence, and I just kept comparing myself to every other artist, and it was doing my head in, to be honest. So I was stung by a scorpion, and what followed was 24 hours of sheer agonizing pain. Nothing I could do could quench the pain. It was very intense. I felt like the cells of my body were being taken over by the venom, and it was a really interesting experience. All I can explain was that the cells were changing into like squares, and I could just feel like this sensation of all my cells in my foot going up, my leg just being completely transformed. But in the end, I just had to surrender, and I went to some dark places. I was just thinking about death a lot and thinking about like my journey. The next morning I woke up and I just felt like a completely different person. It was life changing for me. I felt like I had this new lease of life, this new energy, this new spring in my step, this new confidence to step forwards. And it's interesting, what happened was a scorpion stung me on my foot, and while I wasn't looking, and I was stepping forward, so it was almost like a lesson to me to really look for where I'm going in life, look to the future, and actually feel like I have a mission and a purpose to move through. And I think over the next couple of days I was just buzzing. I created a new name for myself, Lunita Loca, which means crazy little moon, and the scorpion stung me on a new moon, and I just feel really linked to the moon cycles anyway, ever since a child, and they've always been very inspirational for me in my art. So to have this scorpion sting on a new moon, and then to create my name, Lunita Loca, to move forward with my business, I then created my website, my shop, and I had an exhibition in my town, and I really was proud to show myself as an artist, whereas before I'd always felt a little bit ashamed and a little bit unsure and not confident. So it really did transform my life, that venom, and I'm very grateful for it.
C'est moi qui ai dit pourquoi pas. Maintenant c'est moi qui dis pourquoi. C'est moi qui étais la courageuse. Maintenant c'est moi ici la peureuse.
I work on my iPad Pro with an app called Procreate, and that allows me to have a huge amount of variety and flexibility in the way I work. I can pick up my iPad and I can work wherever I want to. And as a really busy mum, I often don't have set times of the day where I can work. I just need to quickly pick it up and go, and I find it really easy to do that with my iPad. And I've just found it really amazing to connect with people through this medium, because as soon as I've finished my illustration, I can put it up on social media or put it up on my website, and it's there automatically, and that really inspires me to keep going with this method. At the moment, I'm getting inspired a lot by poetry. I'm currently illustrating a poetry book written by members of my community, so I'm very in tune with poetry and with words, and I'm using a lot of quotes and poems in my artwork at the moment. Anything that kind of touches my soul or inspires me or lifts me a bit. If I'm feeling down, I like to kind of either use a quote in it or just be inspired by a feeling from a poem.
Face à face près de moi, dis-moi qu'est-ce que tu vois. Quand tu me regardes, regarde-moi. Ici au bout d'un souffle, ici au bout d'un rêve. Tu ne sais pas quoi faire, quoi dire là-dedans. Sur les lèvres, mais je viens comme l'air. Et je viens comme...
My journey as a mother especially has been so fulfilling and so amazing, and I never thought this amount of love was possible. It also kind of took me away from myself for a while, and that's fine. It's all come at the right timing. But just now in this part of my life, you know, where things are slowing down for me as a woman, you know, perimenopause, and creativity has become so important to me now, more than ever. And I can't keep it. I can't push it down anymore. I've been pushing it down for years, and it ended up really damaging my mental and physical health. So I find that accessing my creativity, I have found myself so fulfilled because I've been able to express myself in ways I couldn't before. I've never felt like I've been good with words, so creativity really for me is another form of expression where I can't voice it.
Mais t'as dit pas maintenant, t'as pas de temps. Qu'est-ce que tu penses donc toi? La vie viendra une autre fois.
I'd say my style has changed quite dramatically over the last few years, and that's really been just a trial and error and learning how to use the iPad and trying different things out. So I've really enjoyed that process. It's really like given me a lot of flexibility and a lot of playfulness, and I've really enjoyed just seeing how far it can take me and what kind of styles I like and what feels good to me, what feels right, because I feel like I'm just like a kid really learning how to draw for the first time. It's like a totally new thing for me still. So I'm really enjoying the journey, and I'm not feeling so attached to any particular style as such at the moment. I'm really enjoying just playing, and at the moment doing like 5-minute sketches every day, and oh my god, it's given me so much more freedom, and I'm not as hung up on all the little perfections that I used to be. In some of my pieces just would take days or weeks, and I'd be analysing and hyper analysing over every little thing. And now, using my daily practice, I just quickly sketch something out and not get so attached to it, and then let it go, and it's just really liberating for me.
Mais t'as dit pas maintenant, t'as pas de temps. Qu'est-ce que tu penses donc toi? La vie viendra une autre fois. Non, tant pis pour toi.